Hello, you guys. Welcome back. And if you are new here, welcome. My name is Violetta Alexis, and I've been a tarot reader for 5 years. Before we get started, I do want to give a special shout out to our trusted sponsor, Psychic Source. Psychic Source is the oldest and most trusted psychic service in the industry, and they have been around for over 35 years. Now, you know I love diving into tarot and astrology with you, but sometimes it pays off to go a little bit deeper, and that is where Psychic Source comes in. Their community is full of vetted, gifted advisors, where only about 2% that apply actually get in, and you can connect in any way that you feel is most comfortable, whether it's a phone call, video chat, or text. I actually tried a session myself, and it was pretty eerie on how much they picked up on, considering that they were validating things I had already been picking up on my own readings, and I was able to move forward with a little bit more clarity, and I love that. The best part, through my link, you can get up to 40 minutes for $19.80. That is a $240 value. You don't have to use all your minutes at once, and you can even try multiple advisors until you find the right one for you. And since you're watching on YouTube, you can scan the QR code to start your session instantly. Thank you so much to Psychic Source for sponsoring and supporting this channel. And if you've been looking for a sign to gain personal clarity, this is it. All right, Aries, it is your time. Let's go ahead and see what October has in store for you. Show me Aries for October 2025. Show me Aries for October 2025. Okay, you're in the energy of the Three of Wands reversed. Let's go ahead and take a look at love. We have the Seven of Cups. Let's go ahead and take a look at career and or money. We have the King of Swords reversed. And let's take a look at your advice. We have the Six of Cups reversed. Okay, so let's go ahead and see that Three of Wands reversed. The Queen of Pentacles, okay? And then we have the Hangman. That's really interesting. So you're really working hard. I think that you're working so hard, you're a little frustrated that something isn't happening fast enough, okay? Because the Queen of Pentacles, she puts in a heavy hand. She doesn't slack. She doesn't wait around for somebody else to pick up the slack. She works really, really hard. And so I think that's what you guys are doing. It seems like for the most part, you guys are pretty financially stable. It feels like your business is growing, you're growing. It seems like you very much value yourself. Yes, you're being a little impatient. You're a little frustrated because maybe some kind of business or relationship opportunity isn't necessarily panning out in the way that you want it, but it's not a big deal. Like the Three of Wands reverse is just like, okay, time to go back to the drawing board. Let's figure out a better plan. Let's figure out a better way to do this. And you're gaining a lot of perspective through that with that Hangman there. So let's see love with the Seven of Cups, the Nine of Swords reverse, and the Ace of Pentacles. Wow. So, I mean, if you guys are single, I don't think that you'll be single for long. I mean, the Seven of Cups is being spoiled for choice. It's having a lot of opportunities, and you're trying to figure out which one is best for you. Which one brings me the most peace? Which one or which person is able to add something to my life that is not stress, right? Because the Nine of Swords reversed is like, okay, I don't want to worry about stuff. I don't want to have anxiety. And that's how you guys are making your choices. And it feels like you're trying to make a more realistic decision. So I don't think if you are single, you're looking, or maybe you're dating around, I don't think that you're going to go with the choice of the person who's in and out or inconsistent. You're going with the tried and the true, something that makes sense for you with that Ace of Pentacles. So it feels like there's something decent here, something that is tangible, and it feels like you and maybe somebody else are planting some kind of seeds, and it has the potential to grow, okay? So that looks really positive, especially with this new moon in Libra that we're having. Definitely a lot of new relationships on the board. If you're already in a dynamic or you're already in a relationship, you can be deciding where it is that you want to take it. There can be this energy of maybe seeing a little bit through rose-colored glasses, but it feels good. It doesn't feel bad. It just feels like you're kind of living in the fantasy, but it's not just a fantasy because that Ace of Pentacles is here. So it almost feels like the fantasy becomes the reality. So let's go ahead and see what's going on with career and money. We have the King of Swords reversed. We have the Death card. And we have the Ace of Cups reversed. So, I mean, you know, for a while in October, we're going to have Venus in Virgo. If you're an Aries rising, Venus rules your second house of money. And so Venus is in her fall in Virgo, right? We're seeing that Venus conjunct the South Node. So there can be a drain in finances. You know, we can be a little bit maybe irresponsible when it comes to our finances. What I want to say is make sure that the advice you buy is solid advice. So if you're taking advice from a financial advisor or from somebody online, make sure it's somebody who's reputable, that knows what they're talking about. What I also want to say is maybe the way that you're spending money can change, okay? Maybe you're somebody who gets really drained emotionally and then you want to like eat your emotions, so you buy a bunch of food, right? Be cautious with stuff like that. But in regards to career, if I'm going to be honest, there could be an ending in your career. There could be a big change that's kind of happening. I would be careful around being gaslit in the workplace, or, you know, maybe people not being 100% honest with you about some kind of position that's available or not available or whatever it is. So just a little caution around that. Your advice, we have the Six of Cups reversed. We have the Four of Pentacles, and we have the Ten of Pentacles. Wow. So to me, this is about continuing to make responsible financial decisions, because I think you have something here. There's something that you've been maybe building for a while. Maybe it's not panning out in the exact way that you want it, but it doesn't mean that it can't. It's just asking you to rewire your thought process in regards to how you're making plans. Maybe it's in regards to a commitment. Maybe it's in regards to your money. Maybe it's in regards to your career, your finances. Whatever the case is, I feel like there's a huge opportunity. There's something here. There's a golden nugget. So something that you're starting now in the month of October is likely going to flourish, but it's asking you to be able to invite camaraderie and collaboration into your life, and also making mature decisions when it comes to your finances, when it comes to saving, when it comes to investments and relationships. And then we have your dreams need a practical plan. What did I tell you? This is a full moon in Taurus energy with opposition. So maybe you and somebody else are a little bit at odds in regards to some kind of business plan, maybe a relationship plan, something, okay? But it doesn't mean that you can't have like a win-win outcome or a win-win situation. So it's asking you to be practical in your decision making. It's asking you to be responsible in your decision making, because I do think that something that you're building, although there may be some opposition, there may be some fluctuations, I feel like it could be a really big deal in the long run. Okay, so thanks a lot, Aries. I appreciate it, and have a good one. Hi, Taurus. I hope you guys are doing well. Welcome to your October 2025 predictions. Let's see what the cards have in store for you. Show me Taurus. Show me Taurus for October 2025, please. Predictions for my Tauruses. So your overall energy for October is the Two of Wands. So there may be some planning. There may be something that you're trying to do that's a little outside of the box, something that you're uncomfortable with, but something that can be very beneficial for you in the long run. When it comes to love, we have the Page of Pentacles. There may be a younger earth sign here, or maybe you're the younger earth sign, okay? Somebody here who's really putting in an honest to God effort. There's a foundation that's being built. And then for money and or career, we have the Strength reverse. You may not be feeling so confident in regards to your career or your finances. It doesn't mean that you can't be in the long run, but there may be some holding back that you need to do, or you may be needing to resist something. Maybe it's your spending, maybe it's how you go about your career. And then your advice is the Eight of Swords. So you may be stuck at kind of a crossroads here. Let's see that Two of Wands. Okay, so then we have the Four of Wands reversed and the Moon. What I want to say for you, Taurus, don't let insecurities stop you from living and planning out your best life. There's an opportunity, I think, that you're either creating or that someone's offering to you that's going to ask you to come out of your comfort zone. But it's going to feel uncomfortable. It's not going to feel like something that you're used to. And I think that it's possible that insecurities and fears can be potentially holding you back, okay? It can also be maybe in regards to like a living situation. So for some of my Tauruses who are wanting to move somewhere, move home, sell your home, something like that, there can be some delays, but it feels like for the most part, you have a pretty good head on your shoulders in regards to planning. It just feels like there's a little bit of fear here. I do want to clarify that Moon really quick. just to get a little bit more clarification as to why that's there. Oh my goodness. Why is that moon there? The 5 of Swords. Ooh, it can be around a relationship as well, okay? To me, it seems like what you're fearing is manipulation or somebody trying to either hurt you or get one up on you in some way. And so there's a little bit of apprehension. So for instance, let's say that you are trying to sign on a house. You could feel like the contractors or somebody is kind of lying to you about certain things. Maybe there are certain repairs that the house needs that you feel aren't being disclosed to you, but they just want to sell it, right? Maybe it's a relationship. You're like, yeah, I don't really know if this person is being 100% honest with me about certain things, and I'm feeling a little apprehensive. I need to kind of decide what to do here. So that just kind of feels like that's what it is. So when it comes to love, whoa, okay, we have the Page of Pentacles, the 6 of Pentacles, and the 5 of Pentacles. Wow. There can be like love in the workplace for some of you. Maybe you meet somebody at work if you're single, or maybe you're in business with a spouse or a partner. I do want to see that 5 of Pentacles. What's that 5 of Pentacles about? The Hermit energy. Could be dealing with a Virgo. Okay. It's interesting because it feels like there's somebody here who's really trying to understand you. They see your value with that 6 of Pentacles. They're maybe trying to spend a little bit of money on you. They're trying to give you something. They're trying to purchase something for you. They're trying to just offer you something that's tangible and that makes sense. But for some reason, you don't seem to be super open to it. It's like this person is giving you something and then you're rejecting it, or there's like this almost kind of hot and cold energy. So there's definitely opportunity for growth in a situation, but it feels like somebody's kind of giving and then they pull back, or somebody's giving and then the other person is apprehensive, or they're kind of getting a little ghosty, or they're just wanting to kind of spend some time alone. So you can kind of see that coming when it comes to love for this month. Over here for career and or money, we have the Strength reversed, the Page of Cups the Page of Cups in the upright, and the Page of Swords reversed. Okay. I think that you're open to ideas. I think that you're open to creativity, new creative ways of making money, or new creative ideas in regards to your career, but you're not feeling so confident in that. And it feels like that's coming from a place of like a lack of knowledge. So for instance, let's say that you want to become a YouTuber and you have a lot of great creative ideas, right? You're ready, but you're not feeling super confident because maybe this is something that you've never done before. Pages can be indicative of something new, right? And we have 3 pages here, which is kind of interesting. You know, and so maybe you're a little apprehensive. Maybe you don't know how to use OBS, or you don't know how to edit videos, or so it just feels like the insecurity is coming from a place of a lack of knowledge. It just feels like there's a missing puzzle to a missing piece to the puzzle. And so I think if you just educate yourself a little bit more or something along those lines, then you'll be able to figure things out just fine. So then for your advice, we have the 8 of Swords, the Queen of Swords reverse, and the Magician reversed. So I want to say that if anyone is keeping you stuck, it is essentially you. Nobody is doing it to you. Nobody is trying to keep you in one place. And if they are, you definitely don't need them in your life, right? But I think that you guys are starting to get a little emotional, you know, a little illogical, because you guys are having a lot of self-doubts about what you can manifest, about what you can make a reality. I think this is really about you being more logical about your talents, gifts, skills, and abilities, and understanding that you actually do have everything that you need to create the reality that you want, but it's your own doubts, it's your own mind that is going to keep you stuck. So we have a new moon in Aries. Well, we're having a full moon in Aries here. And then we have the North Node. Maybe some of you have your North Node in Aries. But nonetheless, it says it's time to take action in the North Node. So there's something in regards to your destiny that you are destined to have, but you can't just sit around, right? You can't just sit here wondering if you should do this or that. You just need to move is essentially what it's telling you. Okay, so this is the time of movement for you, Taurus. Thank you guys so much for sticking around. I hope you will like, share, comment, and subscribe. And I hope you guys have a great October. Bye. Hello, Gemini. I hope that you guys are doing well. Let's go ahead and see how October 2025 may play out for you. So let's see. Show me Gemini for October 2025, please. Okay, so your overall energy for this month, we have the Four of Cups reversed. Well, this can mean one of two things. It can either mean that you're deciding to choose happiness instead of being sad, or you're feeling sorry for yourself. So in regards to love, Ace of Wands reversed, you could feel like love is a little delayed. You can kind of be feeling like you're getting the ick from someone. Maybe you're a little less attracted than you were. For career and money, we have the Two of Swords. You seem to be stuck at a bit of a crossroads when it comes to career. And then for your advice, we have the Seven of Swords. Okay, so I feel like it's telling you to use some kind of strategy. You're needing to be more strategic with something or maybe someone. So the Four of Cups reversed with the Ten of Wands and the King of Wands. So you're showing up as a masculine. So for my feminines, if you gotta reverse it, please, by all means, do so. So here, Four of Cups reversed, the Ten of Wands, and the King of Wands. Feeling pretty damn confident. You were feeling pretty sad about something before. You're feeling maybe disappointed. You felt maybe like you didn't have a whole lot of reasons to be grateful. You're deciding to change that mind frame. You're taking responsibility for your own happiness, essentially. That's really just what it comes down to. And it seems like you're pretty confident because of it. For a lot of you, you can have like other people that are relying on you during this time. You can feel like you have like a big burden of responsibility, but it seems like you're handling it really well and you're pretty confident. For some of you, you can be entering some kind of leadership position, or the work that you're doing is helping you get to some kind of leadership position. Then we have for love and money, love and money. Then we have for love, dating, and romance. Oh, wow. Okay. We have the Ace of Wands reversed, the Five of Cups, and the Emperor. Wow, this is very interesting. It seems like somebody here is quite detached. Now, I don't know if this is you. You are showing up as a masculine, okay? So if this is you, it feels like you're detaching from some kind of sadness, some kind of regret, some kind of past issue. You're kind of getting to this point where you're like, okay, focusing on this or focusing on the past is really demotivating me. So what you're doing is you're trying to become the best version of yourself, or you're trying to become a better partner if you're already in partnership or you have a spouse. Because it's like the Five of Cups can be like petty feelings. This can be where we're really sad and we're just very focused on the past, which is very demotivating, right? It's demotivating. We don't really want to do anything. We want to lay in bed and eat ice cream all day or whatever it is. And you're like, you know what? I have people that count on me. I need to just be a better partner, or maybe I need to step it up in some way, and it's probably going to go over really well. So we have the Two of Swords for career and or money with, okay, the Seven of Pentacles, and then we have the Nine of Cups reversed. All right. So it seems like you're a little undecided when it comes to where you should be putting your money, what career you should invest in, how much more you should invest in a particular area in your career or at a job. And you're just essentially trying to decide. Because if I'm going to be honest with you, Gemini, it looks to me like you're not really like feeling it, I guess you could say. So there could be a change at work, or maybe a change in regards to how you're making money, because you don't really seem fulfilled. Okay. And so I think you're trying to decide what would be more fulfilling and what would pay off in the long run. So nothing too bad to like worry about. It just feels like you have a big decision to make and you're needing to be very honest with yourself about that decision. Okay. And then for your advice, we have the Seven of Swords. Okay. Tell me about that advice. The High Priestess. Okay. And the Seven of Wands reversed. I'm going to tell you right now, specifically maybe in the workplace, but anywhere really, you could have some people that are very intimidated or jealous. They could be jealous of your potential. They could be intimidated by your potential. my best advice is to be quiet. Okay? Don't tell anybody your plans. Don't tell anybody what it is that you're doing. Don't even talk about it. Just do it. Like, for instance, if you're a content creator, don't talk about this new ebook that you're going to launch. Like, just launch it and then talk about it. You know what I mean? So then for your oracle cards, okay, we have a new romantic cycle begins. Well, you know, guess what, right? If you're a Gemini rising, you're having Venus go into your 5th house of dating, fun, love, romance, all of that stuff. I mean, 10 out of 10, right? So Venus loves being in the 5th house. She loves being in Libra. So once that kind of hits, that can be maybe when a new romantic cycle actually does begin. And you are going to have a new moon there, okay? So whether you're a Gemini, sun, moon, rising, whatever it is, it does look like a new romantic cycle begins. It can be with someone at a distance or somebody who's of a different background, or maybe they have different philosophical, spiritual, religious beliefs, something like that. There can be something different there. So it's just asking you to be very optimistic. It looks like a really good month for you. And thank you so much for watching, Gemini. I'll talk to you soon. Bye for now. Hello, Cancer. Welcome to your October 2025 predictions. Let's go ahead and see what the cards have in store for you. So show me, Cancer. Show me what is in store for Cancer for October 2025 for love, money, career, and advice. Let's see, your overall energy for this October, 3 of Pentacles reverse. Okay, so there can be a little bit of issue in the workplace. You can not really be on the same page with somebody that you work with, or even somebody that you're in love with. Regardless, it seems like you're in a disagreement with someone, okay? So does not work well with others. So for love, dating, romance, we have the 6 of Swords. Okay, well, it's either that you're resolving something with someone that you're involved with, or you're deciding, well, you know what, maybe this connection is essentially not for me. For career and for money, we have the 2 of Cups reverse. You can be making some bad emotional decisions when it comes to your career and your finances. Try not to let emotions get too involved in the way that you're spending money or the career decisions that you're making. There can be a misunderstanding when it comes to career or money. Maybe you have a client that isn't really happy with the service. Maybe you can have some kind of misunderstanding with a debt or a creditor or something like that, okay? And then your advice, the Tower reverse. So this can be asking you to let go. Something is not working anymore. Something has got to be let go of. Whatever that may be, we're going to see in just a minute. So the 3 of Pentacles reversed with the Devil. Ooh, my goodness. It feels like there's a lot of power plays. This is very strong Capricorn energy. We have Mars in Capricorn here, and then we have the Devil, which is Capricorn as well. So there's a lot of Saturnian energy, which can talk a lot about setbacks, okay? It can talk a lot about delays. And so you and somebody else don't really seem to be getting along. And it feels a little power struggle-ish, okay? The 6 of Wands reversed. There could be some unwanted attention that's happening in your career or in regards to your reputation, okay? It doesn't have to be that bad, okay? But it does feel like there's a lot of power struggles. And it seems to me like you're trying to maybe rise in power, or you're trying to let go of something, but you don't really seem to be getting the response that you desire. And so there can be a little bit of drama at work or in regards to the public eye or something like that that is maybe a little unbecoming. Let's see what that Devil is. Tell me about that Devil for my Cancers. The 9 of Cups in the upright, you're interested in getting what it is that you want out of a situation. And I don't think there's anything wrong with that. It just feels like you're thinking about what really emotionally fulfills you. It seems like you're very focused on achieving some kind of dream, goal, wish, but maybe people are giving you a bit of a hard time about it, okay? So then we have for love, dating, romance. Ooh, I'm not going to lie, it's not really my favorite. I'm sorry, Cancer. I love you so much. You guys are actually my favorite sign. Shush, don't tell the others. I have no Cancer placements. But we have the 6 of Swords, the King of Pentacles reversed, and the 3 of Cups reversed. It's a little bit dramatic. I'm not going to lie. To me, it looks like you're probably moving away from somebody because you probably feel like they're using you. You may feel like they're using you for clout. You may feel like they're involving you in gossip, rumors, drama, involving you in third parties that you're really not interested in. So for me, it feels like you're kind of out of there, okay? To be honest, let's just, let me clarify with that Three of Cups reversed. What's that? Tell me about that Three of Cups reversed. Queen of Swords reversed. You can have it out with somebody, okay? So this definitely, Mars and Mercury are going to be in a conjunction this month. And so there can be some love squabbles, specifically with you, especially if you're a Cancer rising, Scorpio ruling your 5th house. There can be some issues. There can be some involvements that you don't want to be involved in. And so be careful with what it is that you're saying, because it may contribute to some kind of like reputation issue, or something could become very public. So just be cautious, okay? For money, for career, wow, Two of Cups reversed, the Queen of Wands, and the Justice reversed. It feels like you're just taking matters into your own hands. I think that you're disconnecting from something in your career. I think you're probably going to make money off of some kind of creative endeavor, or maybe you're performing, or maybe you're starting your own business. You're taking the lead in some way, okay? But once again, it feels like you're not getting what's due. It feels like there's something that is imbalanced in regards to some kind of dynamic at work, or in regards to finances. So just be cautious of that. But I think a really great way you can make money this month is through entrepreneurship, or from taking the lead, or performing, or creativity, okay? Your advice, we have the Tower reversed, the Two of Pentacles reversed, and the Nine of Wands reversed. So, just cut your losses is really what I want to say. It seems like something is just failing, okay? It seems like something has failed. It is failing. It's just not working for you. I think you're just tired of it. I think that it's crumbling down, and I really don't think that you need it anymore. And I'm not sure what this is. I don't know if it's a relationship. I don't know what it is, but it's saying you really can't uphold this anymore because it's crushing you. Something is crushing you, and it's not benefiting you in any way. So it's asking you to kind of give it up a little bit, okay? But it's only the things that you don't need. So we have bring love into the situation. And then we have Capricorn. Well, we saw a lot of Capricornian kind of energy here. So, when it comes to dealing with maybe coworkers, maybe relationships, it's asking you to kind of take the high road, which is really, really difficult when we're upset or when we're pissed off. But if you take the high road, like in the long term, you're going to see how that ends up coming back to you, or how it benefits you, especially in regards to like your career or your reputation, something like that. Okay, so something to keep in mind, Cancer. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope that you enjoy your October, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye for now. Hello, Leo. I hope you guys are doing well. Let's go ahead and see what October has in store for you, 2025. So show me Leos, please, for October 2025. Your energy is the Hermit, so you could have some Virgo placements for some of you. It seems like you're spending a lot of time alone, if I'm going to be honest. It seems like you want to just kind of chill. You're kind of learning a lot about yourself. There's some self-awareness. It could be a bit of a dark night of the soul energy, if I'm going to be honest. We have the Judgment card for love, dating, romance. There can be somebody that comes back from the past here. If you're a Leo rising, you've had Pluto retrograde in your 7th house of your one-on-one relationship. So when it goes direct, like mid-October, you can finally maybe move forward with a past partner for some of you. But if it's not that, there can be this kind of transformative relationship that does come in that ends up feeling like somebody you've known in a past life, if you believe in that kind of thing. If you're already in a marriage or in a relationship, then it just feels like maybe somebody's taking accountability for something. Three of Swords for career and money. Definitely be cautious. You could learn some lessons around career and money this month. So like I said, just a word of caution. The Hierophant reversed. This is going to be for your advice. So, stubbornness is not really going to cut it this month. I really want to make sure you guys have a solid spiritual practice as well, staying very grounded. Don't try to force anybody to cling on to your own beliefs or adopt your beliefs, right? Everybody has their own opinion, everybody has their own beliefs, and that's what makes everybody unique. But if that's not it, if somebody's pushing you to believe in something or to conform in some way, I feel like you guys might need to break out of that a little bit, all right? So let's see that Hermit. The Star reversed, okay. The Empress reversed. Man, okay. I'm not gonna lie, it's a little doom and gloom. You know, there's this energy about you on one hand where you seem like you're a bit hopeless. You're a bit hopeless. You feel like you don't really know who you are or where you're going, and I think it comes from some kind of insecurity, maybe around your physical appearance, maybe around your body image, maybe around what you can create and what you feel like you can't. And so it seems like you're going within, and you're trying to heal, but I feel like it's difficult. And I really think it's just probably your own internal voice getting in your head. I really want you to be cautious of the way that you're thinking about things this month and what it is that you tell yourself, and how critical you are in your own mind about your value and your worth and things like that. Because you may be of this mindset of like you're not worth it, and you can realize how much you've maybe sought out some kind of external validation when really you didn't need to do that. Understanding that you're valuable without having to seek it from others, okay? Which is not easy, right? We all need validation, but it just feels like you're going through a bit of a journey. So with love, dating, and romance, we have the Judgment, the King of Cups reversed, and the Fool reversed. Eee! You know what this feels like? It feels like somebody is being honest. It feels like they may be taking accountability, but they're not happy about it. They are being honest, but I also feel like they're just telling you what they think that you want to hear. So I don't know if they actually believe what they're saying themselves. Okay. Now, it is the truth. It's the truth, but they may not accept it as their truth. Okay. Now, if it's not that, it can be a reconciliation, but it feels like this person is being a bit immature. It seems like they're just, whispering sweet nothings, but what does it really mean? And so it can be a reconciliation, but I kind of want to tell you it's a bit of a test. That's what it feels like intuitively. Like it's a test of what you've learned and what you're learning now. I feel like you guys got to get out of your own way. That's what it looks like to me, because it almost feels like you are willing to accept less than what it is that you're worth because of this, I don't know, false perspective that you have of yourself that's not true. And it feels like a negative one. Three of Swords, Queen of Cups reverse, and the Page of Wands for career, money. Okay, so, it feels like your relationship life or your emotional life can be affecting your spending habits. It can be affecting your career. So be cautious. I understand we have to process things. Take a day or two if you need to, but don't let your emotions affect your career, because it could kind of be uphill from there. The Page of Wands is here, so it tells me that you're beginning something new. You can be creating some kind of new creative venture that's going to end up making you money, some kind of new career, new outlet in your career, and that seems really positive. You're not 100% confident in it, but you're going for it anyway, so I like that. So, there's some reprieve. The Hierophant reversed for your advice with the Knight of Pentacles and the Ace of Swords. I feel like you got a lot of really great ideas. And I feel like this month, for me personally, it's about clarity from what I can see. You may need to kind of break out of your shell a little bit. I think that you're needing to work on something. Maybe it's something that you've been writing. Maybe you're needing to learn something. Maybe you're needing to speak out about what it is you want to take action on. Nonetheless, it feels like you need to cut through the BS and you just need to do the work, right? Slow and steady wins the race. Don't try to rush it. And if you feel like you've been conforming for too long, this may be a time where you can kind of break free of that. We have Don't Let Pride Get in Your Way. which is, it says full moon in Leo here. That's really funny. And the South Node. Okay, that's really interesting. Okay. Well, Venus is going to be in a conjunction to the South Node here in October, and then she's going to make her pretty way over there to Libra where she's happy. But this can definitely be around any kind of self-worth or self-value issues that you have. You got to let it go. Like if you feel like you're not good enough, or you don't feel like you have enough money or something like that, these are just things that society has told you, okay? Now, if there's improvements that you feel like you need to make, great. But don't whip yourself to death, trying to make some kind of progress. Like I said, slow and steady wins the race. If you are a bit prideful about something this month, try to ease up a little bit, because it's really going to get in your way. It's not going to help you. It's going to hinder you. Okay. So that is what I have for you, Leo. Thank you guys so much. I hope you enjoy this reading, and I will talk to you guys soon. Enjoy your October. Bye for now. Hello, Virgo. I hope you guys are doing really, really well. Welcome to your October 2025 predictions. Let's go ahead and see what the cards have in store for you for this October. Can you please show me, Virgo, for energy, love, relationships, dating, career, and finance? We have the Eight of Pentacles. Okay, so this is actually Sun in Virgo. So maybe you guys are a Sun in Virgo. The Eight of Pentacles for your energy is a great card, especially for you, Virgo. This is about you maybe working out, focused on your health, focused on your routine, working on some kind of projects, just being very productive. We have the Seven of Pentacles reversed for love, dating, romance. You could kind of start to feel like you're wasting your time a little bit, or you could feel like somebody's becoming a bit impatient with you. Then we have the Nine of Cups for career and or money. So, if you're a Virgo rising, for instance, you're going to be having Venus transiting your second house in Libra, where she loves being in the second house, and she loves being in Libra. So this could really make you a little bit more financially well off. This could bring in some deals, some money, some income. So that seems really, really positive. You could feel like you're very fulfilled in your career as well. And then we have the Queen of Cups reversed, and this is for your advice. So there can be some emotional issues happening that you're needing to take care of, maybe a need to focus on your emotional well-being. So let's see that Eight of Pentacles. We have the King of Cups reversed. Oh boy. And then we have the Judgment reversed. Yikes. Oh my. Well, Virgo, if you're this King of Cups reversed, okay, it looks like this may be a masculine read. So if you're a feminine Virgo, please feel free to swap the roles, okay? It seems like you're throwing yourself into your work, working out, focused on more tangible, practical matters than you are like relational or emotional matters. And if I'm going to be honest with you, Virgo, I think it's because you're not wanting to fess up to something, or you're not really wanting to be honest about maybe something that you fibbed about or you weren't 100% honest about, okay? So there can be some issues around there. Let's see that Judgment reversed. Now, maybe some of you just aren't really feeling vulnerable, and you don't really want to come back together with someone as well. I could see that. The Emperor reversed. Okay. So the Emperor reverse likes to show up when he's not in his most masculine energy. He can be a little, in the worst case scenario, he can be very abusive, okay? But if we're just talking about petulant stuff, he's petulant. He's immature. He allows his emotions to get in the way. He can be very passive aggressive. And so I think you guys may be kind of in that energy for some reason this month. Mercury is going to square Pluto. Mars and Mercury are going to conjunct. If you're a Virgo rising, that's going to be in your third house. So be cautious of how you're coming across, what you're saying. Mercury is your ruler, and that Mercury square to Pluto can definitely cause some maybe, relationship issues, some hidden things kind of coming to surface. Okay, I'm not trying to scare you or anything like that. I don't think it's that bad, all right? But I do think there's something you're needing to take accountability for, but it seems like you're trying to be a bit more avoidant, okay, for my masculine Virgos. If you are not a masculine, then I would say this is likely another person in your energy. It seems like you may be trying to work on something with another person, but you feel like they're kind of giving you the runaround a little bit and they're not being honest with you. You're probably right. And now for love, dating, romance, we have the Seven of Pentacles reversed. the Queen of Swords and the Five of Cups reversed. Well, somebody here has absolutely lost their patience, and it looks like it is a feminine. Now, what I want to say is that while this person may have lost their patience, while they may have gotten upset about something, while they may not be fully invested in the connection, they are being smart about it. The Queen of Swords is really not somebody to be messed with, right? She's somebody who has come from a very wounded background. She's really been through the ringer, and she is very logical. She's very intelligent. You know, she'll cut you to ribbons with what she says in the most polite way, and so then it's hard to be mad at her, right? And so I feel like there's a person here who may be forgiving you, but at the same time, they could be cutting you out. I think the best course of action with the Queen of Swords is just to be honest with her, okay? If you're this Queen of Swords, then I would just flip it, all right? For career and money, we have the Nine of Cups, the Page of Wands, and the Two of Pentacles reversed. What I want to say with this, you may be having fun in your career. You may be focused on new ventures, new creative endeavors that could potentially make you money. But at the same time, you're needing to be very cautious with how you disperse your income, with how you spend it, where are you putting it, where is it working for you, where is it not. And so needing to make sure that you're keeping very like a balanced work life, a balanced social life, all of these things. So that way you can get all of your needs met and you can be a happy camper. There can be some kind of new business that you're starting as well, but there may be something else that you're needing to drop in order to do this, okay? So maybe you want to start a new Shopify store or something like that, but in order to pay for the subscriptions, you are going to need to maybe cancel some of your other subscriptions, or maybe you're not going to be going out every weekend anymore or something, okay? So for your advice, we have the Queen of Cups reversed, we have the Five of Wands reversed, and the Justice. So there may be somebody who is not happy with you, somebody who may not trust you totally. I don't know if you gave them a reason to or not, but it's asking you to do the right thing. It's asking you to be honest, to be honorable, to be moral, focus on your moral compass this month and just make sure that you're doing the right thing. Because if there is a trust broken, it may be because someone was not doing the right thing, okay? And this is going to help you avoid a lot of conflicts. So we have confidence is your key to success. I love that. And then we have fixed energy. Okay, so when it comes to maybe some kind of new venture that you're starting out at, maybe it's some kind of creative, financial career kind of thing, it's asking you to believe in yourself, and that's going to get you very far. And it's also asking you not to drop the ball. I know, no pressure, right? Anyway, Virgo, that is what I have for you guys. Thank you so much. I hope you will like, share, comment, and subscribe. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll talk to you soon. Have a great October, Virgo. Bye for now. Hello, Libra. I hope you guys are doing well. Welcome to your October 2025 predictions. Let's go ahead and see what the cards have in store for you in regards to your energy, love and romance, career and money, and your advice. So, Libra, you're in the energy of the Devil reversed. I love that. So there's an awareness of something, of maybe how you have how you have disempowered yourself, or maybe it's around some kind of spending habit, addiction, self-sabotaging behavior. You are detaching from something that is no longer good for you. For love and romance and dating, we have the Six of Pentacles reversed. You can feel like somebody's being super stingy. You can feel like somebody here doesn't really value you, so you could be pulling your energy back a little bit. And then we have the Seven of Cups in regards to career, money, finance. So you can be a little bit confused in regards to what you want to do, in regards to how you want to make money. Maybe you have a lot of job options. Maybe you have a lot of deals open or contracts available to you. Just feels like you're trying to figure out what to do with that. In regards to money, you can be just trying to figure out how it is that you want to make money, okay? Maybe there's some new ways or something like that. And your advice is the Fool reversed. So this can be asking you to stop being a little scaredy cat, okay? It can be asking you to just break free from the path that you've been on and to not be afraid, okay? So let's see that Devil. Let's see that Devil reversed. Okay, the Page of Cups And the Seven of Wands reversed. It seems like you're kind of putting yourself out there a little bit. It can be in regards to love or creativity. You could have had a fear before. Something may have been holding you back creatively. Maybe you had like some kind of creative block. But for some reason, there's an awareness there and you're able to remove that. You're able to remove the fear. And usually you can't really remove the fear. It's more like you just got to kind of push through it until you overcome it. And that's kind of what it feels like you're doing. The Page of Cups is here, which is really cute. It's fun. It's creative. It's lovey-dovey. You know, you may admire somebody or find that you have an admiration for somebody this month. You can have somebody coming in and trying to offer you something. But to be honest with you, Libra, usually you guys are pretty confident in my experience. With that Seven of Wands reverse, you feel a little intimidated, I'm not gonna lie, but I don't think it's gonna hold you back or hold you down, you know? So I do wanna see that. Why is that Seven of Wands reversed? The Seven of Swords reversed. Oh. I actually don't hate it. To me, if this is like love, for instance, you're putting yourself out there, but at the same time, you're not going to compete for someone's attention. And if somebody's going to make you feel that way, you're just going to put the focus back on yourself. That's what it looks like. So then we have the Six of Pentacles reversed for love, dating, and romance. The World. Okay. And the Four of Cups. I really like it. It looks like you just see your worth. It's really that simple. If somebody's not maybe spending money on you in the way that you'd like, or you feel like they don't really value you, or they're not giving you enough of something, you're just like, well, you know, I just don't think that this is gonna work for me. And that's it. And they seem like they feel rejected, disappointed, but I think you're probably all the better for it, if I'm gonna be honest. This feels pretty to the point. The Seven of Cups for love and, not love, we just did love, God help me. I've been doing these readings all day. For money and career, we have the Seven of Cups, the Strength reversed, and the Ace of Swords. So you do have a lot of choices, a lot of money-making opportunities, maybe some job opportunities, but you're not really sure which one to choose. So what you're going to do is you're going to end up going with the most logical one. For some of you, you can be making money maybe through some kind of writing or some kind of podcasting, something to do with communication, maybe content creation or writing, like I said. For others of you, it seems like you're getting a real honest-to-God offer in regards to some kind of money-making idea or in regards to some kind of position. So that looks really positive. So in regards to your advice, we have the Fool reversed, the Five of Swords reversed, and the King of Swords reversed. That is interesting. Okay. Don't gaslight yourself about a new opportunity, okay? Or being gaslit out of an opportunity. Because it seems like somebody may be trying to play a game with you. It can be like, you know, somebody at your job saying like, oh, I don't really think that position is for you. Like, you shouldn't go for it, but it's really that they want it, you know. Or it can be telling you not to go all in with a relationship because you really can't trust it. And somebody here, they're just playing games or they're trying to manipulate you. For others of you, it can be asking you to be very logical in regards to a new path that you may be taking. So don't allow emotions to control your decision making at this time. We have believe in the impossible. So you know what it feels like? It feels like somebody is asking you to lower some kind of standard, but it doesn't feel like career or money. It feels like in regards to dating or maybe friendship or something like that. So it's asking you to keep an open mind in regards to what can be possible and understand that you deserve more than you think that you do, okay? So thank you so much, Libra. I really appreciate it. I hope you'll like, share, comment, and subscribe. Thank you guys so much. I'll talk to you soon. Bye for now. Scorpio, welcome. Thank you so much for joining. You guys are actually one of the bigger players this October 2025. As you know, you have Black Moon Lilith in your sign. You have Mars and Mercury, maybe making you a little bit more assertive or aggressive, and certainly making you a little bit more talkative and potentially suspicious. So let's go ahead and see what is going on for you, Scorpio. We're going to see what's going on with your energy, love, dating, and romance, career and money, and advice. So your energy, okay. Seven of Swords reverse. Maybe people are suspicious of you. you can be feeling guilty about something, or you're just putting a lot of focus into yourself. We have the Ace of Cups reverse for love, dating, romance. You know, you can feel like you're swinging and you're missing a little bit, or you can feel like somebody in your life is drained, you're drained, they're draining you, something to that effect. Okay, this isn't bad. Two of Wands with your career and your finances. So it seems like you're ready to come out of your comfort zone a little bit in regards to your career. You can also be deciding to go about spending or saving money in a different way, investing money in a different way. There's some kind of financial or career plan at bay, essentially. Your advice, we have the Knight of Cups. Okay, I heard go in grace. I don't even talk like that, so I don't know where that came from. You know what? Maybe it's because I've been watching Handmaid's Tale again. And they do say that. So maybe Handmaid's Tale is significant to you. But the Knight of Cups can be asking you to, you know, open yourself up to love a little bit. Maybe you're needing to focus on some creativity, some poetry, some acting, some writing, something like that. Or it's asking you to take action in regards to love if that's something that you're interested in. So let's see that Seven of Cups reversed, Seven of Swords reversed with the Star. All right, there's some Aquarius energy in here. And the Three of Pentacles. I mean, I like it. I'm not mad at it. I do want to get a little bit more clarification in regards to that Seven of Swords reversed, however. The Four of Wands. Okay, maybe it's not so bad. All right. It seems like where you were very focused on yourself before, or there may be a big focus on you, what you want, what you're doing, etc. Maybe you're ready to break free. You're looking for a reason to celebrate, right? But then something happens in October where you're kind of, I don't want to say you're forced, but you become a little bit more open to collaborating with others, working with others. You're focused on some big kind of financial dream, goal, something in that regard. Could you be feeling guilty about something? Sure. But I mean, most of the cards are pretty positive. So even if you are feeling guilty about something and you end up confessing something to somebody else, it feels like it goes over pretty well. So I'm not that worried about it. There can be something that you're working on with groups of people. It seems like you're trying to make some kind of impact, or you're focused on some bigger aspiration or dream. So it seems like there's a lot of hope at bay here. We have the Ace of Cups reversed with the Three of Cups and the Magician reversed. Okay, it's not terrible. Somebody could be friend zoning you. Okay, you know, having Mars in your sign is going to make you very assertive. It's going to make you want to go after what it is that you want, sexually, intimately, whatever, okay? And this is in your love and romance section. So somebody can be like, whoa, pump the brakes, right? Especially because of Venus and Virgo. If you're a Scorpio rising, Venus is your 7th house ruler. And so Venus doesn't do very well in Virgo. You know, she's hitting the south node, yada, yada. Once she gets in Libra, things will be able to be a little bit more easier in regards to your love life. You can feel like you're connecting with someone better, right? And so it feels like there's somebody who's maybe doubting themselves a little. It feels like something can't really get off the ground. You know, even if you're married to this person, they can be like, no, I just need to focus on myself right now. You know, I need to do what I need to do for me. They can be like going out with friends, socializing a little bit more. Although I do see you guys coming together, but it seems more it's in like a friendly kind of way. I do want to see why that Magician is reversed. The Queen of Pentacles reversed. There's a feminine here who may not be totally confident in herself and in nurturing the connection for whatever reason. So I don't know if there's like manipulations going on or things aren't totally clear, but it's just kind of a little, I don't even want to say it's cold because it's not cold. But it's like there's a wall there. So love, career, not love, God help me. Career, money. We have the Two of Wands, the King of Pentacles reversed, and the Ace of Wands reversed. Ugh. If this King of Pentacles reversed is not you, I hope it's not you. But if it's not you, I really want you to be cautious of somebody trying to ride your coattails. in regards to career or collaboration. Somebody may be trying to take credit for some kind of work that you've done or something like that, which can demotivate you a little bit. You can be like, wait a damn minute, right? So that can feel a little bit uncomfortable. This can also be an instability a little bit in regards to finances, okay? So, you know, for some of you, like if you're feeling a little unstable, it just feels like you're trying to create a plan to put in place so that way you can begin again, so that way you can figure out what it is that you're doing with your career. And I feel like there will be opportunities available to you, but it's really about coming out of your comfort zone when it comes to how you're making money or how you are progressing at your job. Then we have the Knight of Cups for your advice with the Nine of Wands and the Page of Pentacles. Okay. I'm getting that quote, act now, ask for forgiveness later, or something like that. Not that you're going to need forgiveness, but I kind of feel like you need to fight for something that you really want. Maybe it's something creatively, maybe it's something financial, maybe it's something in regards to love, maybe it's all three. Whatever the case is, it's telling you to get up and do it. It's telling you to get up and get it. It's telling you to really put in the effort. You want this thing, you want this person, you want these opportunities, you're going to have to put the work in. It's really just that simple. Okay. We have meditate and contemplate. And then we have yang. So it's about taking action, which should be fairly easy for you. Just make sure you're not being too impulsive. Mars in your sign can make you very assertive and make you go out and get what it is that you want. And that's what this yang energy is asking you to do. However, it is asking you to think before you act, which is weird because earlier I got the message of act now and ask for forgiveness later. But maybe there is a reason why it said that. Maybe you're not supposed to be doing that. So now I'm kind of second guessing what it is that I said, but there is a reason why that came into my brain. So apply it as you see fit. Just be cautious of being too impulsive this month, Scorpio. Thank you guys so much. I hope you will like, share, comment, and subscribe, and I'll talk to you guys soon. Take care and have a great October. Bye for now. Hello, Sagittarius. Welcome to your October 2025 predictions. Let's see what you have in store for you, for your energy, love, creativity, romance, career, and finance, and your advice. So your overall energy for October, we have the Emperor reversed. Ooh, not my favorite. You're having a hard time detaching from your problems. You're having a hard time taking responsibility for something. Of course, this can be reversed, right? These are just general readings, but be cautious with that. Then we have the Hangman reverse for love and romance. Somebody that you're with could have some kind of addiction. You know, maybe they have some mental health issues. Maybe there's some illusion. Maybe this person is having a hard time surrendering or seeing perspective. Then we have the Temperance for career and money. So that looks really good. That's your card, baby. You know what I mean? It feels like things are really balanced. Things are going well with work. Things are going well with your money. You know, your finances are in order. Everything seems to be playing out okay. We'll have to clarify, obviously. The King of Wands reverse. Ugh. That's your advice. I would be careful of getting in your ego too much, letting pride get in your way, you know, having any kind of anger issues that kind of come out. If you got them, work through them, you know what I mean? Talk to a therapist, go to the gym, whatever you got to do. So let's see that Emperor, the Death card. Ooh, wow. Something outside of you is forcing you to change. And what is that? Whoops. One at a time, please. What is that? Something is forcing you to change your stance or the way that you're going about life. Okay, nope, I just want one. Just give me just one. Come on now. Come on now. The Star. Some kind of dream or aspiration, something that you've really hoped for, maybe coming to fruition, but it's going to ask you to let go of a way that you've been for a while. So if you have just kind of slacked off, you know, it's going to be like, all right, this is your time. You want it or not, you got to step up and take more responsibility. Or something may be changing in regards to your career and you're needing to step it up. so that way you can receive a promotion and it's something that you've wanted, but you're going to have to step it up in one way or another. The Four of Swords. There's a lot of healing going on as well. A lot of things like that you're contemplating about that need to change. Maybe it's your partnerships. Maybe it's the way that you think. Maybe it's some kind of addiction that you have. But there's something that's outside of you that is encouraging this change. And I think it's going to go over pretty well. But, you know, with Mercury, this is very like Mercury and Scorpio here, which is what we're going to be seeing. If you're a Sag rising, it's going to be happening in your 12th house, you know, where you can get kind of lost in the sauce a little bit. You could feel like your partner is kind of nowhere to be found, or maybe you feel like your mind's in the gutter. Maybe you feel like you can't get your head out of your ass, or, you know, for some of you. But there's a lot of healing that's happening here between the spaces. So I'm not mad at it. We have the Hangman, the Ten of Wands, and the Four of Pentacles. Now, this is for love and romance. So when you see something like this, it feels like there's somebody here who's having a hard time seeing your side of something. They seem to be kind of, maybe it's them that's lost in the sauce. There's somebody that you might be dealing with that kind of has their head in the clouds a little bit. They could really be stuck on something. What I like about this is that they seem to be taking responsibility for you, taking responsibility for their issues in one way or another. But love can feel a little heavy. It can feel restrictive. It can feel held back. It can feel like maybe things aren't super intimate during this time, you know, maybe you guys aren't having the best conversations. It just feels very heavy. So it seems like the way that you're kind of seeing love and relationships this month is more of a burden and some kind of heavy responsibility than a joy. But these are all things that we're working through, so just give it some time. Then we have career and money. We have the Temperance, the Six of Cups reversed. And then we have the Ten of Cups. Okay. Okay. So you're being creative. You're at peace with where you're at. You're okay. You know, you're making the impossible possible. And I think that's great. But I also think that you guys are holding on to an old dream that you feel like you just can't quite reach. But it feels like you have a lot of support in that department. There may be somebody here who is trying to encourage you to follow that dream or to do more with your creativity or something along those lines. So I do want to see that Six of Cups reversed. I just need one. Thank you. The Wheel of Fortune reverse. For some of you, it can be your family's taken up a lot of your money, especially like a child or children, something like that. There can be old things that you're needing to pay off, something along those lines, okay? And it can kind of come out of nowhere is what I want to say. But again, I feel like you have a lot of support and I feel like you're going to be fine. So there can also be like a family business that you're starting or that's going really well also. Just be cautious of making any kind of immature purchases or, splurging too much on children, potentially. We have the King of Wands reversed. We have the Moon. And we have the Eight of Wands reversed. Wow. Okay, well, this is for your advice. I want you to be really cautious when trying to build something, when trying to take the lead in some aspect of your life. I think that you may have a lot of fears that are kind of being drudged up right now. And that's going to happen, you know, when we have a lot of this Scorpio energy, Black Moon, Lilith, Mars, Mercury, all in Scorpio. Mercury is going to square Pluto. Mars and Mercury are going to conjunct, you know. Then it's just going to be a lot, okay? And so our minds are kind of in the gutter. Mars does great in Scorpio though, and I think Lilith does as well. And so it's not too shabby. Just make sure that you're not trying to rush something or force something out of fear, okay? So maybe, you know, you want to be in a relationship with somebody and you're trying to force the relationship, you're trying to rush it because you don't want them to be with someone else. That's going to make nobody happy, okay? So whether it's love or something else entirely, try not to push it too much and try to keep an open mind and try to be confident. We have your hard work is paying off, okay? And then we have water. Well, we got a lot of water going on, right? Jupiter and Cancer, all that stuff going on in Scorpio. And so Saturn retrograde in Pisces, Neptune's going to be retrograde in Pisces soon. So I feel like something maybe in regards to your subconscious or something in regards to creativity can finally start paying off for you this month, or maybe in November rather. But nonetheless, just keep at it. It may feel like something is taking a long time, but try to be patient with yourself and try to keep your mind open when it comes to things, okay? So that is what I have for you, Sagittarius. Thank you guys so much. I hope you will like, share, comment, and subscribe. And I hope you guys have a great October. Take care, Sag. Bye for now. Hello, Capricorn. I hope you guys are doing exceptionally well. We are going to be taking a look at you in regards to October 2025. We're going to see your energy. We're going to see love and romance, career and finance, and your advice. So let's go ahead and take a look. Okay, 3 of Wands, you're ready. You're ready to venture out. You're ready to do your thing. You can be waiting for something to come back to you, whether it's money, a job offer, something like that. I feel like you're going to get what you're looking for. Love that. Ace of Pentacles for love and romance. So if you already have a spouse, there can be something new that you guys are starting together through your tangible efforts. This is something in the 3D realm, maybe something that you guys can build on, build with, build together. If you're looking for love, I feel like you can find it. It can be something that can last a really long time. Do I think it's going to take work? Yes, but Capricorn, when have you ever steered clear of work, right? Then we have money and career. Queen of Wands, absolutely love this. 10 out of 10. You could be performing, you could be really showing up in your career and getting a lot of recognition. You can be taking a leadership position, you can be performing, you can be doing something in regards to public speaking, something like that. Whatever the case is, you seem to kind of be the star of the show this month when it comes to your career. The Knight of Pentacles reverse when it comes to your advice. Well, we're going to be having Venus in Virgo for a little bit. Venus conjuncting the South Node. Venus doesn't like really being in Virgo. Eventually she's going to be in Libra, right? And that's going to be great. She loves being in Libra. So we can find ourselves to be a little bit critical this month, right? At least until Venus goes into Libra, then we're feeling pretty good. But until then, just make sure you're not being too critical of yourself, and don't care so much about what other people think about you this month, okay? We have the Two of Cups. So if you're looking for love, I think you're definitely going to find it. If you're looking to grow more intimately in regards to a relationship that you already have, I feel like it's panning out just fine. You seem to be having some very beautiful conversations with another person. The Two of Cups can sometimes be something that you wouldn't think really works, but it just kind of does. And so to me, you like waited for something and you're actually getting it. You're getting what it is that you sought out for. You're getting what it is that you want. And then we have the and then there comes the worry, right? The Nine of Swords. This is when we start to worry about, well, what does this person really think of me? Or, how is this going to really go? Or am I going to keep this long term? Let's go ahead and clarify that Nine of Swords just to see what you got your head in the clouds for, or what you're scared about. The Five of Pentacles reverse. It can be some old fears around you not being good enough, or you being, maybe you're fearing how this person handles their finances. That could be very, very much a Capricorn thing. Maybe it's somebody from the past and you're kind of fearing letting them back in because what if they hurt me again? Nothing to be that scared about. It's just, if I'm going to be honest with you, it's something that's more in your head than it is in reality. So then we have the Ace of Pentacles. We have the Ace of Pentacles with the Six of Swords and the Ten of Pentacles reversed for love and dating. What's that Six of Swords? The Queen of Cups. Okay. Tell me about that Ten of Pentacles. Ace of Swords. Okay. if you're already married or you're in a partnership, like a long-term partnership, and you guys are trying to start out on some kind of financial venture, or you guys are just really trying to work on things, this person seems to be offering you a couple of opportunities. An opportunity to really work on things, an opportunity to build something, trust, whatever it may be, you know, real estate together, who knows. And it seems like you and this person are potentially needing to resolve something. Maybe you're needing to forgive one another for something as well, to potentially see where this could go. It seems like you guys are talking a lot about money, or where this relationship could go, or about maybe what you guys want to do next, or where you want to move, or you know, again, you know, what are we going to do? Are we going to get married? Are we going to move in together? Are we going to, you know, where do you see this going? Do you see yourself with kids? You know, whatever. Okay. So it depends on the establishment of the relationship. But I feel like the conversations are going really, really well, and there seems to be mutual love and understanding. So I don't think that this is the worst thing in the world. I think there can be somebody here who's a little too concerned with appearances, and it might be you, just because that was your advice. So just be cautious of that. You could be putting way too much value on what other people think about your relationship, or who you're dating, or what you guys are doing together. Two of Swords reverse with that Queen of Wands, okay, and the Hierophant. God, I mean, what a great energy. You have Aries and Taurus here. It seems like you are making this decision to really show up and show out. You're not holding back. You're not letting insecurities hold you back from what it is that you're wanting to do. And the thing is that you're really committed, and you're very educated in what it is that you're doing. You're very grounded. For some of you, you could end up making money off of being a mentor or a performer of some sort, or a teacher, something along those lines. But it feels like you know exactly what you're doing, and money is looking really, really well. So then we have the Knight of Pentacles reversed with the Knight of Wands and the Empress reversed. So this is your advice. You know, try not to take things too seriously, right? I know that's not the best advice to give to a Capricorn. They're probably going to do that anyway sometimes, right? Depends if you got some Sagittarius placements in there to spice things up. And you know, there we go. The Knight of Wands, Sagittarius, is showing up. It's asking you to have a little bit of fun. Again, stop caring so much about what people think about you. You know, to a point, we all have to care about what people think about us if we want to be part of a civil society, right? But like there's a point when you got to draw the line, okay? And I think that this may be that point. This may be the month where you need to draw that line between what everybody else thinks and what you think. What do you think about something? And again, try to have fun with it and don't take yourself too seriously. Show the world the real you. Exactly. There you go. And then we have Yin. You got to trust and believe that you're good enough, that what you have to offer is good enough, that who you are is valuable just as is, and you don't need to prove anything to anyone except for yourself. So Capricorn, that is what I have for you. Thank you guys so much. Please enjoy this October. I do hope that you will like, share, comment, and subscribe, and I'll talk to you guys soon. Bye for now. Hello, Aquarius. I hope you guys are doing super well. Let's go ahead and see what October has in store for you. Show me, Aquarius, their energy, love, romance, career, finance, and advice. Your overall energy this month is the Hermit reversed. God, I think you guys got that in your other reading that I did. The Hermit reverse, there can either be like this sense of completion around who you are and who you know yourself to be, or you're paranoid as shit. Like, I'm just, okay, you could be super paranoid about something, all right, for whatever reason. Then we have the Queen of Pentacles. This is for love and romance, dating, things of that nature. If you're a masculine interested in feminine energy, there can be somebody who is like a business owner, somebody who's very self-sufficient, efficient, somebody who's very committed, nurturing, or this can be you in regards to love. So maybe you guys are getting into a relationship, or you're nurturing the one that you already have. We have the Sun. I love this for career and finance. So it seems like things are looking pretty positive. Money seems to be good. You seem to be very confident in what it is that you're doing out there in the world. And then we have the Ten of Swords reversed, and this is your advice. It can be asking you just to let something go. You don't need to make something bigger than it is, you know, and it can be saying like there's nowhere to go but up at this point in regards to a certain situation that you're needing to let go of. So the choice is to essentially evolve, okay? So let's see that Hermit reversed. I like it. The Nine of Pentacles. So you're very self-aware. You may have went through a dark night of the soul. You come out okay on the other end. Great, right? Money's looking good. You're looking good, feeling good, smelling good. You're just enjoying your life. The High Priestess reversed. We're going to see what that is. What's that High Priestess reversed about? The Nine of Cups, the Judgment, and the Nine of Cups reversed. It feels like you're coming to terms with something. There's something that you feel like you didn't get, that you really wanted, right? And it doesn't mean that you can't have it, and I think that you're realizing that. It just may not show up in the package that you expected, or it may not show up in the way that you had wanted. So, I don't think it's a big deal. It just feels like you're really not talking about whatever this disappointment was. You're just really not talking about it. You're just deciding to enjoy your life. And I feel like you genuinely are. And money's really good as well, so I'm not too worried about it. We have the Queen of Pentacles with the Six of Wands. Okay. And then we have the Page of Swords. Wow. Okay. For some of you that are single, you can meet somebody online. They could be somebody who's in the public eye in one way or another. You can have a little chat through DMs or text messaging or some calls. It feels like they're giving you and showering you with a lot of attention, so I really like that. If this is somebody that you've already been in a relationship with, then I feel like things are really, really great. It feels like things are more committal than ever. It feels like this person is nurturing the situation, or you are. And it seems like it's just a success. And there's still this fresh energy of learning about one another and still being curious about one another and keeping it fun and open-minded. You know what I mean? So I'm not mad at that at all. So in regards to career and finance, okay, well, I feel like, you know, that Sun is going to trump the rest of these cards. The Sun, the Eight of Cups reversed, and the Five of Pentacles. So in regards to what it is that you're doing out in the world, in regards to your money, you could feel a little lackluster. You may have felt like you didn't have enough, or you may have felt kind of sad in regards to your career, but it seems like you're returning to something that you walked away from before. Maybe it is an old job. Maybe it's a old creative hobby that you had that now you're monetizing in some way, shape, or form. So let me see that Five of Pentacles really quick. What is that about? The Three of Pentacles reverse. You may have to shut other people out, okay? I'm not saying totally, but there may be a collaboration or a coworker or somebody you are working on something with where, again, it's just not working. And so I feel like you're gonna be a little bit more self-focused. You're gonna be like, well, what do I want? What do I wanna do? And again, I feel like once you do that, your money's gonna start looking really, really good. So then we have the Ten of Swords reversed, and this is for your advice. With the Four of Wands, just let it go. You know what I mean? Don't let some kind of betrayal or ending hold you back in any kind of way. This is time to break free. This is time to go after what you want and go after the things that make you happy. And I feel like once you do that, you're going to find that you're a lot more victorious than you thought you would be. Surrender to the divine is your advice. And cardinal energy, just whatever has to go, just let it go. Not a big deal. Maybe it sucks, maybe it doesn't, maybe it's whatever. But with that cardinal energy, once you're able to surrender to whatever it is you need to surrender to or from, that way you can start making moves. That way you can start taking initiative in your life and really succeed in the way that you want. So Aquarius, that's what I have for you. Thank you so much. Good luck for this October. I do hope that you will like, share, comment, and subscribe. And I hope you guys have a good one. Bye for now. Hello, Pisces. I hope that you guys are doing exceptionally well. Welcome to your October 2025 tarot predictions. Today, we're going to be taking a look at your energy in October. We're going to take a look at love, dating, and romance, career, finance, and your advice. So let's go ahead and see. The Lovers reversed for your energy. Okay, you can be a little indecisive about something. You can be blaming another person for something that went wrong. There can be this energy of where you feel like you're really not connecting with someone in the way that you want, okay? For love, dating, romance, Six of Cups, so that's good. For some of you, if you're single, you got a good friend here. That friend can turn into a lover. For others of you, there can be somebody who's thinking about you all the time. It seems like there's a lot of vulnerability, some happy memories being made, so it's not all bad, but the Nine of Pentacles, okay, I like this for career and finance. It seems like things are taking a while to progress, but they're progressing. There's something that you're working on and something that you're taking action on that may take a while, but it's taking a while because you're perfecting it. You're making sure that it's solid. And I think that it is. There is a little bit of a perfectionist kind of quality to this Knight of Pentacles, but Venus is in Virgo for the first part kind of October. So, I mean, that kind of goes with it. But your advice is the Queen of Cups. So this is about opening up your heart, learning to trust a little bit more, okay? So let's see that Lovers. The Devil reversed is with the Lovers reversed and the Emperor reversed. Okay. Well, Pisces, you're showing up as a masculine. Okay. And so if you are a feminine Pisces, you might want to swap the roles. It kind of feels like you are very well aware of why something isn't working, but you're being a little immature about it. Okay. So this can be where you're not really taking responsibility for your part in a situation. You're letting your emotions or some kind of childish feelings get the best of you a little bit, and you're allowing it to affect some kind of decision making, or you're allowing it to affect a relationship. With this, I would say this is about making a higher self decision. For me, a higher self decision is like, think about the person that you love the most in the entire world, right? You got them in your head. Okay, great. Now imagine that they came up to you and they were going through the same situation that you were. Whatever advice you would give the person that you love the most in the world is the advice you should take for yourself. That is a higher self decision, okay? And the thing is that you know the right thing to do, or there's an awareness of some kind of toxic cycle, but it's almost like you detest it or you reject it, all right? So then we have the Six of Cups, and this is for love and romance. Then we have the Page of Pentacles. I see Aries here, Gemini, Capricorn, and I see Taurus. This can be a younger earth sign. Maybe you have earth in your chart. Maybe you're a younger earth sign. Nonetheless, somebody seems to be very interested in you. If this is somebody new, they're no slacker. They're certainly putting in a lot of effort. They're trying to create positive memories with you. They're also trying to give you something, and they're trying to build something with you. And then we have the Six of Wands. They're showering you with attention. It seems like there's a lot of success happening. It seems like this person is really sweet, if I'm going to be honest. But Pisces, it kind of feels like you're projecting a little bit, or you're blaming them for something. I don't see any bad intentions here. I really, really don't. All right. So this person can be in the public eye for some of you. Okay. But 2 sixes is really positive. And so I think this person has nothing but good intentions for you. I really do. It seems like they're just showering you with attention and love and harmony, and they're being super vulnerable and sweet, and all of those things. So nothing negative to report here. You have the Knight of Pentacles, the Judgment, and the Knight of Wands. Okay, I like it. The Knight of Pentacles mixed with the Knight of Wands, that's a really interesting combo, especially when it comes to career and finance. It makes me feel like, yes, you're working very, very hard on something. You're really taking your time. And then you have like this big awakening that maybe you don't have to go about something in the same way anymore. Maybe you can spice it up a little bit. Maybe you can bring more creativity into your career. Maybe you can start a podcast and see where it goes, But there's maybe some kind of idea or some kind of financial accountability that you're taking, but you're also learning how to have fun and let loose a little bit as well, okay? So I really, really like that. It seems like your career is really going well. It seems like you're doing 2 different things, okay? Something that is more practical, tangible, etc. And then there's another thing that's like more fun and exciting. And so you have a little bit of balance there, which I really, really like. Then we have the Queen of Cups for your advice. So let's see. The Ace of Swords. Okay, I see. And we have the Nine of Pentacles. I think that there's some independence maybe in regards to a relationship, which is great. We don't want to be codependent. But there is such thing as too much independence in a relationship, which can lead to selfishness, right? So it may be asking you to be aware of that. It can also be telling you that not to hide away from your emotions, not to hide away from love. You may even reject it for some reason, and you may realize how that's actually getting in the way of what it is that you truly want. So there's a chance for true intimacy here, but true intimacy begs for vulnerability. And if we're not willing to be vulnerable or even honest with ourselves or with others, how much vulnerability can we really have or obtain? And so it's asking you to be very clear about what it is that you want. And while independence is really great in a relationship, there's also that essence of merging with another person that is equally as rewarding. I mean, if that's something that you want. So I think that looks really good. Again, I feel like you have somebody very supportive of you this month, and it doesn't seem like they have bad intentions. Well, look at that. Full moon in Aries. So the full moon in Aries right here, that's what we're having on October 6th. So that's really interesting that that's showing up. And then we have Uranus. Okay. Interesting. So something may reach ahead, and that's fine. Things reach ahead all the time. Things can kind of blow out of control, spiral out of control sometimes, and that's just how the world works, right? But it's saying that things don't have to be the way that they have been before. Things don't have to take an ugly turn. It doesn't have to be volatile. And the only way that that can happen is if you think outside of the box. If you decide to do something different than you have done before. So for instance, if you have a big argument with someone, let's say you usually blow up and you punch a wall. Maybe try something different. You know what I'm saying? Maybe try something different and see if the chips don't fall in the way that you'd like them to. So Pisces, that is what I have for you. Thank you guys so much. I hope you will like, share, comment, and subscribe. And I hope you guys have a great October. I'll talk to you soon. Bye for now.